So, ja, also. Hier sitzen Leute drinnen. Oder wo war das jetzt? Hier, hau mal auf, Tag der offenen Tür. Was haben wir hier? Selbstmord. Ja, was ist hier schon wieder passiert? Bleib schön da. Jetzt komme ich nicht runter oder was? Ah doch.
Please, sir. Come and have a gander.
Händler.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I come in?
I already took my medication, Doctor. But thank you.
I'm sorry. Your medication? Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea. But where are my manners? Please do come in, Doctor. You are a doctor, yes?
Yes. Rodney, ich habe gerade erfahren, was heute Nacht passiert ist. Ich bin zu deinem Haus gerannt, aber du warst schon weg. Also schreibe ich dir diese Nachricht. Hast du ihn wirklich getötet? Ich kann es nicht fassen. Warum? Was ist passiert? Ich muss wirklich dringend mit dir reden. Bitte setze dich irgendwie mit mir in Verbindung, wenn du diese Nachricht erhältst. Da ich weiß, dass du zu großer Vorsicht neigst, um mit dir zu beweisen, dass dies keine Falle ist, lass uns ein Erkennungszeichen vereinbaren. Ich pfeife meinem Namen Jack in Morsecode und du deinen in Ordnung. Und so weißt du, dass ich es wirklich bin. Momentan ist es gut, dass du dich versteckst. Die Red Bully Boys machen die ganze Gegend unsicher und lassen alle wissen, dass sie den Mann bestrafen werden, der einen von ihnen getötet hat. Ich bin sicher, wir können diese Angelegenheit irgendwie regeln, sobald sich die Gemüter beruhigt haben. Rodney. Kleinen Hinweis über Rodney erfahren.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked. In jedem Haus gibt es eine gelockte Truhe.
So, Dr. Tippett.
Oh
What
yeah.
brings you back here? I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
I told you my name is Jonathan Reed. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
Okay.
I'm looking for a Sean Hampton. Do you know where I might find him?
Sean Hampton, you say? Oh, the name does seem vaguely familiar, but alas, I cannot recall from where.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh no, I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Is anyone taking care of you, Miss Gillingham?
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. Well, I would never say that to him, of course.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case that it's you, Dr. Tippett.
Yes.
Goodbye, Miss J.
Coole Frau, die bringt mich ja richtig weiter. Du handelst.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Oh, er spielt.
Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth having. No offense.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
He's a caretaker for the poor, is he not?
Something like that, yes.
Sorry, I don't know where he is.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me? It's hard enough to stay clean when you don't have a place to sleep. I'm doing my best here.
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale. I was merely pointing out the fact that you're unlikely to survive long if you continue wandering this path.
And what should I do then, sir? Should I join the wet boot boys like so many others? No thanks. I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
Sehr gut.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what happened to her son.
Jack. Rumour has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but I heard he was a nice enough chap. His old ma still thinks he's around.
Tell me about this crazy woman. Madness is often mistaken for other conditions.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering.
Das ist der gestorben ist.
She's taken me for a son more than once.
Das ist der gestorben ist.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. I heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
Show me what you...
Please, sir. Come and have a gander.
Nee, doch nicht. Er ist es gewesen, verloren. Ah, den muss ich noch finden. Sprich mit dem Mann, der sich in der Kanalisation versteckt. Yes, I will. Aber erst... Mein lieber Jack, solange ich noch die Kraft und den Willen dazu habe, schreibe ich dir diesen Brief. Nicht, dass ich etwas zu verstecken oder zu fürchten hätte, außer vielleicht zu vergessen, was ich dir mitteilen will. Ich wusste immer, dass du eine bedeutende, nette und gütige Persönlichkeit wirst. Ich wusste es, seit du ein Kind warst und damals lieber Bücher lasest, als draußen zu spielen. Ich wusste es, seit du mir noch vor der Schule halfst, die Einkäufe zu tragen und mir dann nach der Schule beim Hausputz zur Hand gingst. Ich bin stolz auf dich, mein Sohn, nicht nur, weil ich deine Mutter bin, sondern auch, weil du so gut mit allem um dich herum umgehst. Es tut mir leid, dass ich in letzter Zeit so zu einer Last für dich wurde. Vergiss niemals, dass ich dich liebe. Ich hoffe, du vergisst niemals, dass du mich auch liebst. Annette. Okay, jetzt haben wir ein paar Sachen.
I know I've got something that'll strike
Of
your
course.
fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
So, Dr. Tippets, what brings you back here? We haven't talked in quite some time.
Ja, mega lange.
Do you
Kriegst du was
require
gegen
medical
Kopfschmerzen?
attention, miss?
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippets. I must confess I haven't felt that well of late.
I'll try my best. Here, take this. And please, try to get some rest.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Tell me, Enid, why do you feel guilty about your son?
I know I'm a burden to my Jack. I know my mind and my thoughts are drifting away. I'm so sorry. I can't help it.
This is not your doing, Miss Gillingham. You do not have to apologize for your condition.
Of course I don't, Doctor. I've done nothing wrong, I swear it. What exactly are we talking about here?
Goodbye.
Da gibt es eine schöne Untersuchung zu, aber wo ist dieser Vampirmensch? Das verstehe ich nicht. Das ist so ein Anzeigebug. Oder sollte der hier sein und... Was ist denn hier passiert? Free Press. Will ich nicht. Ob ich einfach nochmal da hinten vorbeigehen soll. Das ist die komplett falsche Richtung. Wie immer. Was haben wir hier? Achso, das ist dieses Haus. Jo. Die ist schon wieder falsch. Was ist denn los? Autsch. So, da links kann man rüber. So, da steht der Sack.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
I'm afraid your posters were destroyed.
It cost me good money to print those posters. Such a pity people don't take the vampire menace seriously.
Did you really think the posters would be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
You have courage, Mr. Throgmorton. Perhaps that is all one requires to face the demons.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You'll see. One day I'll find and kill one of these monstrosities with my own 2 hands.
Ja, nehmen wir mal nicht den Lebenswillen, ne?
Tell me, Ichabod, why do you consider yourself the protector of Shornhampton's shelter?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are. Most admirable.
Goodbye.
So. Komische Halskette. Hieß man auch nicht. Ich soll mal wieder in eine Kanalisation gehen. Und mir fehlen immer noch 2 Leute. Zwei Leute. Komme ich da hin? Hier nicht ein Eingang? Maybe. Doch.
It's locked.
Oder komme ich nur raus oder was? Natürlich blöd. Wahrscheinlich muss ich erst die Mission da machen. Mach ich das doch. Keine Bösen drin. Die Bombe explodierte kurz nach Tagesanbruch vor der Munitionsfabrik Dawson Dawson, dem größten Arbeitgeber des Bezirks. Die Detonation zerstörte alle Fenster der Fabriken in Southwark. Es grenzt an ein Wunder, dass bei dem Anschlag nur 2 Menschen gestorben sind, bestätigte Chief Superintendent Alexander Brighton.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked. Very locked. Oh. Miss Paxton. Ich habe vor kurzem gehört, dass monatelang in Hamptons Notunterkunft Geld oder Unterstützung irgendwelcher Art. Ohne Zusage ihrerseits bin ich unter Umständen. Meine Boys kriegen immer, was sie. Nie ein Nein als Antwort gelten lassen. Wenn sie mich weiterhin ignorieren und schnappen sie sich Wet Boys, sie und ihre Schwester. Eieiei. Paar freie Schillings. Freie Schillings. Never ever war er das. So, liebe gute Frau, was ist denn hier los?
Good evening, miss.
Uiuiui.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me about the sad saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Lottie, tell me about the wet boot boys. I know they've threatened you.
Edwina Cox wanted me to provide her with information about Mr. Hampton's resources. I refused.
Is that not dangerous?
Fuck them and their lies. They claim they protect the interests of the neighborhood, but they are just greedy parasites like all the rest.
I understand your fight, but the gangs are no joke. Are you sure you're safe?
I can defend myself. My only concern is about Giselle. I'm not sure my sister is able to fight anymore.
Sprechen wir doch mal mit der.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Ach so. Brauchst du was? Brauchst du was?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
Okay.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Ist gesund.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
Alter, geht die mir auf den Nerv.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here, and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right, okay. No need to get all worked up.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh, you want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
Sauber.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
Well, I'll leave you for now.
Das war mal eine schöne Aufgabe.
Your kind's not welcome here, sir.
Sir.
Glad to see.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Glad to see you.
Fuck.
Goodbye.
This Seymour worries me. Perhaps Sean knows something about him.
Also hier war ich auf jeden Fall schon mal, ne? Sehen doch bestimmt auch keine Gefahr mehr.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate.
Ups. Ich wollte ihn eigentlich noch ein bisschen saugen.
Giselle's stolen money. Everyone has some unethical ways of financing their war.
Giselle, hier ist das Geld, das die Genossen zur Unterstützung der nächsten Streiks gesammelt haben. Bitte passt darauf auf und verdammten Vorgesetzten keine Fragen mehr stellen. Und mit der Schnüffelei aufhören, danke. Gut, ich bringe noch schnell zurück. Vielleicht mag sie mich dann ein bisschen.
You again? What do you want?
Aber warum ich nicht die Chance habe, ihr das zu klauen?
I've identified the men who stole from you. You were right. They were members of some self-proclaimed militia.
I knew it! Did you find the money too?
Yes, here it is. They thought they could finance their activities with it.
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough to... I misjudged you. Badly. Well, thank you, sir.
Will you give the money back to your comrades, then?
Fuck those bastards who fired me. I'll give the money to Miss Gillingham. Her son Jack was a friend of mine. He was killed recently.
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. A sign that the situation is now out of control.
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the Wet Boot Boys and members of the trade union. But a murder? That's a first.
Why does that upset you so much?
I wish I had found the time and words to tell him how important he was to me before it was too late. Another failure for Giselle Paxton.
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain. While Jack was alive, I had one less reason to drink.
Ach komm. Vielleicht finde ich den ja noch.
Well, I'll leave you for...
Untersuchung erfolgreich.